Welcome back to the USI Career Excellence Series. My name is Megan O'Connor, and I'm a career coordinator here in the USI Career Success Center. This is part 3. So far, we've built your CV and polished your resume and cover letter. Now it's time to talk about your professional presence online. Today, we're going to be focusing on LinkedIn, the #1 platform recruiters use to find and evaluate candidates. We will cover everything from your headline to your skills section to make sure your profile is working for you around the clock. Before we get started, I also want to recognize a resource developed by Dr. Dixon, Creating an Effective LinkedIn Profile, which laid helpful groundwork on this topic. So today, we're going to build on those fundamentals with an SEO-focused, AI-assisted strategy tailored for graduate students. And here's why this session matters. LinkedIn isn't just a social network, it's a search engine. If your profile isn't optimized, recruiters literally cannot find you. But here's the empowering part. Once you understand how LinkedIn search works, you can position yourself to be discovered. By the end of this session, you'll have a concrete action plan to transform your LinkedIn profile into a recruiter magnet. So let's get started. Welcome back to part 3 of our webinar series. You've successfully completed phase 1 of establishing your professional brand, and today we're going to be focusing on your LinkedIn optimization strategy as we continue on your journey to build your entire career portfolio for your career search ahead. Let's get started. Before we get into the mechanics of LinkedIn optimization, I want to ground us in the reason we are doing all of this: your personal brand development. Here's the simplest definition I can give you. Your personal brand is what people think of you when they hear your name. It is the impression that you leave and the expertise that you are known for, the value you consistently deliver, and the good news is you get to shape it intentionally. A lot of students can hear personal brand and think it means being on social media all day or promoting yourself. This is not what it is. Personal branding for a graduate student means being clear and consistent about who you are professionally so that the right opportunities and the right people can find you. Your brand lives in 3 places. First, what you say about yourself, your headline, your about section, and how you introduce yourself in a room. Second, what others say about you, recommendations, endorsements, the way a professor or supervisor describes your work, and third, what people find when they search your name online. So right now, before we go any further, I want you to do a quick mental audit. If a recruiter Googled your name today, what would they find? Whatever the answer is, that is your brand today. Everything we cover in this module is about building the brand you want them to find. And the 3-part framework that you're seeing on this slide, identity, expertise, and visibility, is the backbone of everything that we're going to do on LinkedIn. Your profile is where all 3 come together. So let's build it. LinkedIn has over 1.1 billion members globally. That sounds like a lot of competition, right? But here's the thing, most of those profiles are incomplete and unoptimized. That's your opportunity. 72% of recruiters use LinkedIn to find candidates, not job boards, not Indeed, LinkedIn. And if you're not on LinkedIn or your profile is weak and incomplete, you're essentially invisible to the vast majority of recruiters. Profiles that are properly optimized see a 71% higher interview rate. That's transformational. And complete profiles are 40 times more likely to be found in searches. This is why every section being completed matters. When a recruiter at Deaconess or Old National needs to hire someone, they don't just post a job and wait. They search LinkedIn for candidates who match their criteria. If your keywords don't match what they're searching for, you simply don't populate in a search for them. When recruiters do search for you, they type in things like healthcare administration plus HIPAA plus Indiana, or MBA plus strategic planning plus P&L. and we're going to make sure that your profile shows up in these searches. Now let's break down the 7 elements every graduate student needs on their LinkedIn profile. First, your photo. Your professional photo is your first impression. This should be a headshot, head and shoulders only against a neutral background, professional attire appropriate to your field, and note that profiles with photos receive 21 times more views and 36 times more messages. No selfies, no group photos cropped, no vacation pictures. Second, your banner. The banner image is often overlooked, but it's prime real estate. The dimensions are 1584 by 396 pixels. You can use an industry-related image, a USI branded banner, or something that represents your professional focus. Canva has free templates. Third, your headline. This is the most important element for SEO or search engine optimization. You have 220 characters. Use them all. We'll spend a whole slide on this because it's that important. Do not leave the default student at University of Southern Indiana. Fourth, your About section. This is your story in 2,600 characters. It's not a copy of your resume summary. It's conversational, personal, and keyword rich. We'll cover this in detail too. Fifth, your experience. Mirror your resume structure, but expand it. LinkedIn gives you more space, so add context, tell stories, include media if relevant. Use the same StarK format we discussed last session. Element 6, your skills. You can pin up to 50 skills. Use them. Pin your top 3 most important skills for maximum visibility. These are searchable keywords, so be strategic. And element 7, your custom URL. Change your URL from linkedin.com/in/random numbers to linkedin.com/in/your name. This looks more professional on your resume and your business cards. When you complete all these sections, LinkedIn awards you an all-star status, which boosts your visibility in search results. So take a moment to ask yourself, which of these elements is your profile missing? Before we dig further into the mechanics of LinkedIn profile optimization, I want to point you to 2 videos that will make everything we covered today much more actionable. The first is a workshop developed right here at USI, Creating an Effective LinkedIn Profile by Dr. Dixon. This is your strategic foundation. It walks you through the why behind each profile section and is built specifically for USI graduate students. It also has valuable feedback from recruiters working in the HR department of USI to let you know how they utilize LinkedIn to find potential candidates and what they're looking for in standout or all-star profiles. You'll find the link on the resources slide at the end of this presentation, or you can feel free to pull it up now. The second is a step-by-step tutorial by Renee DeLesson. If Dr. Dixon's workshop is the strategy, Renee's video is the hands-on execution. He builds a LinkedIn profile on screen, section by section, photo, headline, about, skills, and custom URL, all of it. You can watch exactly where to click and what to type. My recommendation is watch Dr. Dixon's workshop first to understand the strategy. Then pull up Renee's tutorial and build your profile alongside him in real time. Between the two, you'll have everything that you need to go from a blank profile to all-star status. Both links will be located on the resources slide as well, so you don't have to scramble to write them down right now. And for a pro tip, remember, when you receive your USI diploma, you'll also be able to receive a USI digital diploma that you can upload directly to your LinkedIn profile under licenses and certifications. It signals credential verification to recruiters, and it makes your profile stand out. All right, with those resources in your back pocket, let's talk about why LinkedIn optimization matters so much for your job search. Now we're going to start exploring what SEO or search engine optimization means for your LinkedIn profile. Your headline is the single most important element for getting found by recruiters. It appears in search results, when you comment on posts, in connection requests, everywhere. Here's the formula: target role, key expertise, value proposition, and USI program. So let's break that down. Target role, that's the job title you want, not just student. Key expertise is 2 to 3 specific skills that recruiters search for. Value proposition, what you bring or deliver. And USI program, this is your credential or what you're in the middle of earning. Look at the difference. The default headline, graduate student at University of Southern Indiana, contains 0 keywords that recruiters will search for. It tells them nothing about what you do or want to do. Whereas, take a look at the optimized headline. This is packed with searchable keywords: healthcare administrator, revenue cycle, HIPAA compliance, operational efficiency, masters of health administration. A recruiter searching for any of those terms could find this profile. So here's a few examples for different programs. For an MBA, notice the keywords: strategic business leader, P&L management, cross-functional teams, and driving growth. These are exactly what business recruiters search for. Whereas a master's of social work, they might be searching for clinical social worker, trauma-informed care, crisis intervention, empowering communities. These reflect modern social work terminology. And here's how you can find your keywords. Take 5 job descriptions for your target role and paste them into Copilot and ask this question. Copilot will identify the keywords that appear most frequently. Those are the ones to include in your headline. So your action item is this: write your new headline before leaving today and start thinking about how that ties into and supports your professional brand. Now let's go a little deeper into the keyword extraction process, because this is where AI becomes your secret weapon for your entire profile, not just your headline. Keywords are the what, the specific words and phrases that appear in a job's descriptions and that recruiters type into search bars. These include job titles like marketing manager, clinical social worker, hard skills for data analytics, grant writing, project management, tools and software like Salesforce, SPSS, Excel, or certifications like SHRM CP, PMP, or LCSW, and industry terms like stakeholder engagement, patient outcomes, and supply chain. When you pull keywords from a job description, you're identifying the language employers use to describe what they're looking for. SEO, or search engine optimization, is the how. The strategy of placing those keywords throughout your LinkedIn profile so the algorithm surfaces you when recruiters search. LinkedIn search works like Google. It scans your headline, about section, job titles, descriptions, and skills to determine if you're a match. SEO is about strategic placement and natural repetition, not just stuffing keywords everywhere, but weaving them into the right places so you show up in search results. So think of keyword research is equal to reading job descriptions and identifying the terms that appear repeatedly across roles you want. SEO optimization is equal to making sure those terms appear in your LinkedIn headline, about section, current job title, experience bullets, and skills, where recruiters and algorithms look first. Now remember, LinkedIn weights your headline and your current job title most heavily. If program management appears on every job description you're targeting, it should be in your headline, not just buried in a bullet point from 2019. And there are some basic steps that you can take to identify these SEO keywords. First, find 5 to 10 job postings for your target role, not just any postings. Look for positions you'd actually want. Copy the full job description, not just the title. Save them in a document so you can reference them later. Next, paste all these job descriptions into Microsoft Copilot and then ask, what are the most frequently mentioned skills and qualifications across these job descriptions? Copilot will identify patterns. The keywords that appear in multiple postings are the ones recruiters prioritize. These become your target keywords. For step 3, Now you're going to strategically place those keywords throughout your profile. Your headline, which is most important, because this is weighted most heavily by LinkedIn's algorithm. Next, the first 300 characters above your About section. Next, job titles and experience section, and after that, your skills section. And here are 3 different prompts that you can use with Copilot to help you with this process. Number 1, analyze these job descriptions and list the top 20 most frequently mentioned skills. Prompt 2, what keywords do recruiters use when I search for target role? And prompt 3, compare my LinkedIn profile to these job descriptions. What keywords am I missing? That third prompt is powerful. Paste your current profile and the job descriptions, and Copilot will do a gap analysis for you. Not all profile sections are weighted equally. Your headline matters most, then the first 300 characters of your About section, the part that shows before you have to click See More, then your job titles, and then your skills. Repeat your most important keywords 3 to 5 times across your profile, not in a spammy way. Naturally weave them into the different sections. This signals to LinkedIn's algorithm that these are central to your professional identity. I'm going to show you an example on the next slide. Now let's talk more in depth about creating your About section. Your About section is 2,600 characters of prime real estate. Most people either leave it blank or copy their resume summary. Both are mistakes. Here's the structure I recommend. Opening hook. Your first 300 characters are critical because that's all that shows before See More. This needs to grab attention and include your top keywords. Lead with your target role and value proposition. Your story. This is what makes LinkedIn different from a resume. Why did you choose this field? What drives you? What's your unique perspective? This is where you show your personality. Key achievements. Include 2 to 3 specific accomplishments with metrics. Weave in your keywords naturally as you describe those achievements. And finally, your call to action. End with what you're looking for and how to connect. I'm currently exploring opportunities in X. Let's connect. Look at this opening for an MHA student. It's just a few sentences. We've included healthcare administrator, patient outcomes, operational excellence, MHA, USI, revenue cycle management, HIPAA compliance, quality improvement, and clinical operations. A recruiter searching for any of those terms could find this profile, and it still sounds natural and engaging. Remember these basic writing tips. Write in first person. I, not they or he, she. Break into shorter paragraphs. Walls of text don't get read. Include industry-specific keywords naturally and add personality. This isn't your resume. Let them see who you are. And consider using this Copilot prompt. Help me write an engaging LinkedIn About section that incorporates these keywords. Make it conversational and include a hook in the first 300 characters. And here's the most important part. Edit what Copilot produces. Add your personal stories, adjust the tone, and make it authentically you. Remember, only 300 characters show before you have to click See More. Front load your keywords and value proposition in those first 300 characters. Now let's talk about the most common LinkedIn mistakes I see from graduate students and how to fix them. First is keeping the default headline, Student at USI. This tells recruiters nothing and has 0 search value. You have 220 characters. Use them strategically. Second, no photo or an unprofessional photo. Profiles with photos get 21 times fewer views. And a photo of you at a party or with sunglasses doesn't count. Invest 5 minutes to get a professional headshot or come visit us in the Career Success Center for a free professional headshot. Number 3, leaving the About section blank. This is 2,600 characters of keyword opportunity. Empty About sections tell recruiters you're not serious about your professional brand. Number 4, copy pasting your resume. LinkedIn allows more space than a resume. Use it. Add context, tell your stories, include the why behind your accomplishments. Make it engaging, not just informative. And number 5, ignoring the skills section. You can add 50 skills. Most people add maybe 10 and never touch it again. Those skills are searchable keywords. Pin your top 3 for visibility. Number 6, creating a profile and never engaging. LinkedIn's algorithm rewards activity. Profiles that comment, post, and connect get shown more often in searches. You don't need to post daily. Even 3 to 5 thoughtful comments per week can make a difference. Number 7, keeping your default URL. Having a URL that's generic with a lot of random alphanumerics looks unprofessional and it's impossible to share. Customize it for not only your name, but what industry or specialization you're going to be focusing on. And here's a simple habit. Spend 10 minutes each morning commenting thoughtfully on 2 to 3 posts in your field. Not great post, but actual insights. This increases your visibility to recruiters without creating your own content. So ask yourself, which of these mistakes applies to your profile? And make a commitment to fixing them this week. Now let's wrap up our session reviewing some of the resources available to you and a concrete 7-day action plan. Please remember that the USI Career Success Center offers free LinkedIn profile review appointments and optimization appointments. You can schedule through Career Launch in your MyUSI portal. Also, please feel free to check out LinkedIn Learning. These courses are free and they have wonderful specific opportunities on profile optimization and LinkedIn networking strategies. I've also included a few additional resources like Jeremy Schiffling's The Job Insiders that offers LinkedIn specific strategies for optimization and networking. And don't forget to visit the URL links for Dr. Dixon's Creating an Effective LinkedIn Profile and Renee Deleskin's Creating a Professional LinkedIn Profile 2026 for Beginners. Now let's take a look at your 7-day action plan. On days 1 and 2, focus on keyword extraction. Find 5 job postings for your target role. Use Copilot to identify the most common keywords and write them down. You'll use them all week. On days 3 and 4, focus on your headline and your professional photo. Also, rewrite your headline using the formula that we discussed. If you don't have a professional photo, get one. You can use your phone with good lighting against a plain wall, or come visit us for a free headshot in the USI Career Success Center. On days 5 through 6, this is heavy lifting. Write your About section using the structure we covered, add all 50 skills, and customize your URL. On day 7, start building your network. Send 5 personalized connection requests. Not the default "I'd like to connect," but add a note explaining why you want to connect. Part 3, we're going to be covering strategic job search techniques. We'll cover the hidden job market, the 80% of jobs that are never posted, and how to use AI tools to uncover opportunities. So take 2 minutes right now to write down what your goals are going to be for your new headline. Thank you so much for attending this session. Once you apply everything that we've learned here today, your LinkedIn profile will be ready to open doors. In part 4, we're going to be putting all of these materials to work with a strategic AI-powered job search. We'll talk about how to find the right opportunities, build a target employer list, and apply it in a way that actually gets results. See you in session 4, and remember, if you have any questions, please reach out to the USI Career Success Center. We're here to help.